This module includes an overview of the blueprint for turnaround and a discussion of the communications protocol. The blueprint is district systemic reconfiguration to achieve dramatic improvement in students, teachers, and leader performance. This slide is the blueprint graphic. It shows the components of the blueprint and includes the district network, 3 driver systems, problem solving, communications, and performance management, and the building network. The driver systems connect the district network to the building network. The installation of the blueprint builds sustainable systems for continued success within the district. Staff will be on the same page to select the right person for each professional opening within the district, align curriculum with instruction and assessments, build partnerships, grow leaders within the district, provide a process for accurate and timely feedback on student data, and grow our staff and students. The communications protocol. This system provides clear internal and external communication to present the district's approach to turnaround, illustrate how the district guides and supports improvements in teaching and learning, and clarify the distinct but interconnected roles of both the district and the school in the turnaround process.
Okay, good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning, Ms. Miller.
Today we're going to be talking about ways we communicate. And communicating is the way that we talk to one another by using our eyes, our ears, sometimes we use our hands, sometimes we use words. What else do we do, Keegan?
We use our hands.
We use our hands. How do we use our hands?
By this is restroom, so we don't have to blurt out.
Okay, so if I'm teaching and you need to use the restroom, show me a silent reminder. DeWine, do you have a way to share that we communicate?
Meet to meet, elbow to elbow.
So what do we do when I need to get your attention?
Clap!
We do our special clap. Good job. I also use something I say and I count numbers.
1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
Let's try that one. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on you.
Very good. Okay. What about when I want to know what you're thinking, but I don't want everybody to tell me at the same time. And I say, how about we can use our thumbs, and if you need to say agree with something, you can say thumbs up. And if you're not sure, what do we do?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs to the side, and if we don't agree, what do we say?
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Okay, so we've used a lot of good examples of what we do to greet and the ways we use to communicate.
We really have to put this code in front of the email. And so really one of the reasons why we're doing this is because we want to make sure that the process is actually happening. One of them is to, when you're sending out an email, you have to use these codes. I'm here with Nurse Marianne. How long have you been a nurse here?
I've been a school nurse for 7 years.
So let me ask you, do you know what the DTN is?
No.
Okay, so it's the District Turnaround Network.
Yes, I do know it.
Okay, so could you tell me what RR means?
Response required.
Response required. And could you tell me what NRR is?
NR is no response.
Pretty good. Yay! And I'm here with 3 U of M students, Miss Corrigan, Mr. Mack, and Ms. Hogue. So if you get an email, how long does it take you to respond to that email? So if it's something of importance or just something in general, you check to make sure what the status is, right? What is your first thought that staff members have to put a code in an email in order to know if you're supposed to respond or not?
I feel like it's really helpful if you're receiving the email, so you can kind of like know, okay, I need to respond right away, or okay, I can wait until after school to really look at this.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think like if I was writing an email, it might be hard for me to remember to put that in the subject every time.
Are you familiar with the DTN?
The District Turnaround Network?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So what's your knowledge about the District Turnaround Network?
I know that we're currently working on our communications protocol with the beginning of the emails with the NRR, the RR, and the AR. and have been actively using that.
So do you use your cell phone? Do you
Yes.
use your cell phone to check your email?
Yes. I also know that, for instance, on emails, we should be reading them in the morning and in the afternoon.
You did make a really good point, is that we ask our staff to check the email at the top of the morning and in the afternoon, and then if it's something of urgent requirement that, we try and get to it as soon as possible. Mr. Alvarado.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your practice as far as answering emails?
Well, I always use the RR and the NRR in all my emails. So I clear all my emails by 8 o'clock. Then I unfortunately do not have a chance to look at them again until
the top
about
of the
3
morning.
o'clock. At that time, I'll sit down and read them again.
So do you also use the protocol of blind copy, carbon copy, group?
Yes.
And then you do know what the acronyms like CC, BCC.
Yes, carbon copy.
Carbon
blind
copy and
copy,
blind
okay.
copy, yeah.
I came to the district initially in 1990.
Back when you were the principal at the high school, was there email?
Yes, there was. My mode of communication primarily was through announcements, or I would do a weekly note to everybody.
And so now, in current day, if you sent an email, what would be in the subject line?
In the subject line, most of mine have RR. Mostly to cabinet, it's NRR. The action required,
Yes.
AR. I send that if somebody's risking compliance stuff.
Do you think that this system is effective?
As effective as it could be, because I get a lot of emails with nothing.
Did it take you some time to get used to the
Yes.
new system? Okay, we just wanted to see how it was done in the past and how it's done now.
If kids can do it, so can you.
YCS prioritizes communications to internal staff via Google email. All YCS faculty and staff are expected to check their email twice daily, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. YCS uses the following email codes for email communication. NRR stands for no response required, RR stands for response required, and recipients are required to respond within 1 school day. AR stands for action required, and recipients are required to acknowledge the email and provide a timeline for completion within 1 school day. Use NRR for information only, one-way communication. No response is required. It may be used at the district or building level. It includes important information that leadership expects to be known and understood at scale. It is neither expected nor requested that receivers respond electronically to these messages. When requesting clarification, please do so individually. Please do not reply to all. When using RR, information and feedback are requested. This is two-way communication. A response is required. Messages include important information that leadership expects to be known, understood, and discussed at scale. Use your professional judgment when determining whether to reply to all or individually. When using AR, information and task completion is requested. This is two-way communication and an action is required. AR messages include important information that leadership expects to be known, understood, discussed, and acted upon at scale. Through the effective use of one-way and two-way communication, all YCS employees will be able to effectively engage in the mission and work of YCS, including implementation of the blueprint for turnaround. When using carbon copy and blind carbon copy, place individuals' names in the to line when sending to a person or people you want to direct instruction or information to. If required, they have 1 school day to respond. When using carbon copy, you're sending to someone you want to direct information to. They are not required to chime in. When using blind carbon copy, your recipients can only respond to the sender if you require a response. It's great for group emails because recipients don't have an opportunity to reply to all. YCS has 3 calendars The first one is the K through 12 assessments calendar, which is available internally to YCS staff and externally to parents and community. This calendar includes the dates for administration of common and standardized assessments for the year. The second calendar is the professional learning and meetings calendar, which is shared internally with YCS staff. It includes dates for professional learning opportunities for staff. And the third calendar is the district calendars, and this is shared internally and externally. The district calendars includes the traditional and balanced calendar dates, board meetings, external events, and building use calendar. The YCS app is used to access the district's website. It can be downloaded from the Apple Store or Google Play. This is the conclusion of the Communications Protocol module. Please review the Communications Protocol periodically to ensure you are following the procedures established by the DTN.